Welcome to the Purposepreneur Podcast with K. Francis Smith.
Hey everybody, this is K. Francis Smith, lead pastor of Excel Church, creator and host of the Purposepreneur Show, and I want to welcome you to the Purposepreneur Show. I am the Purposepreneur, and you are in for a wonderful show today. I'm excited. I've got some thoughts I want to share with you. I got some questions that I want to ask you. I want to peruse your mind for a minute. I want you to give me some thoughts because I need some help. I've had a lot of questions that I've been thinking about the past week, and I'm telling you, I am challenged, people. Why? Because when I think about it, we've been taught some things. What have we been taught? We've been taught that there's the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars, the quasars. We've been taught about the solar system. We were taught about Neptune, Mars, Jupiter, taught about Saturn. We were even taught about Uranus. But guess what? There's a new world, a whole new world they haven't told us about. Did you know that they sent drones 10 years into the future to a place called Kepler, Earth 2.0? Did you know that? No, you didn't know that? Okay. Well, let's go a little bit further than that. All right? Because we're all playing in this new real estate, right? There's a new real estate out there, and I've been trying to figure this thing out. I've been banging my head up against the wall for years trying to figure this out. Maybe you can help me, all right? I want to ask you this question. Are you ready? I need you to put your thinking cap on for this one because I'm coming for you. I want you to think through this with me. I need your help. This is one that I don't even think Google can help us with. And now remember, God had two sons. There was Jesus, and then there was Google. And whatever Google does not know, only Jesus knows. So here's the question that I have. The $1 million question for today is, number one, what are you thinking, right? That's not the question, but that's the thought for the show. The thought for the show is, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Now, let's get to that in a minute. But here's the mind-boggling thought, okay? I want to know, and I need to know, somebody help me. Here's the question. Are you ready? Where is the internet? Huh? I can't hear you. Where is the internet? All right, here's what I want you to do. You get the answer. I want you to email me the answer at answers@purposepreneur.tv. That would be, here's how you spell it, ANSWERS at PURPOSE That's how you spell it. That's how you spell it. PRNEUR. Just so you know, I know how to spell it. All right? So, answers@purposepreneur.tv. Now, I just want to ask you that because I thought it was in my phone for a minute until my phone broke. And guess what? It was still there. People are buying domains. People are selling domains. Did you know that someone could buy every domain in your name? And when you go to do a website, you would have to buy it back from them. The internet is the new real estate. And for the person who's thinking about doing a business and you're about to buy a building, wait a second, let me talk to you. Let me put on my Les Brown cap. Shout out to the General Les Brown, the motivational speaker of our generation. It's no longer about brick and mortar. It's about click and order. Boom, that's a bomb. That's a bomb. So I want you to get this. I want you to get this. There's a whole new world. No one's telling you where it is. They're not teaching it in the schools. How can we go to school and they're still teaching us the same information? We've got to update this thing. We got to start creating apps. We've got to start buying up some of this new real estate on the internet. You've got to start doing some affiliate marketing. You've got to do some online sales and get this thing going because there's a whole new world out there. And as a purposepreneur, I have to tell you, that whether you're doing business or not, business is happening all up under you or around you. I mean, I'll never forget going to a football game, and as I sat there, I watched the commercials. In between each play, they were doing beer commercials, and they were selling popcorn and peanuts. And I'm watching the players, and the players on the field they're making millions and millions of dollars. Then I see the guys in the skybox with the binoculars, they're looking down there, they're making billions of dollars. These are the owners. I'm looking at the general managers up in the skybox, they're making a bunch of money. And then you're seeing all of these banners moving, and then you see the people selling shirts and selling hats and shoes and all sorts of towels and merch, they call it, merchandising, merch, right? And the game of business is being played while we pay. We become what? Consumers. Consumers, that's our market, we're consumers, right? And they sell us on all this stuff. Man, it's time for you and me to get in the game. Whatever level we're in on, we've got to get in the game, and it's okay. It's okay to sell. It's okay to sell. It's okay to buy if that's what you want to do. That's on you. But listen, never buy more than you're selling, right? So with that thought in mind, I want to ask you, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Today's thought is, what are you thinking? Because what you're thinking will determine where you find yourself in life. We'll revisit that thought in a little while, but we're going to go into a segment called Funny Business. And now this one is pretty hilarious. I get a kick out of it. I'm sure you'll get a kick out of it. So let's go into this segment we call Funny Business.
No. Hey, Tripp, I need your help in here. Can't get the TV to work.
Would you like help with billing questions, upgrading your service, or something else?
Those are my only options.
Or if you'd like me to repeat these options.
Representative.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
0.
That doesn't do anything.
Pound.
Nor does that.
Pound, 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 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, star, 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 pound, pound.
Okay, I give up. Please hold. Please say or enter your account number.
I don't have that.
Or if you don't have it, please say or enter the last 4 digits of the primary account holder's social security number.
4457.
Thanks. Someone will be with you momentarily.
Oh, thank God.
Hello, sir. Thank you for calling tech support. My name is Stephen Williams, and I am very happy to assist you today. Can I please have the last 4 of your social security?
Are you guys not entering this in anywhere?
Yes, ma'am. I understand. We want to do everything we can.
4457.
Thank you very much. What is the nature of your
I
problem?
can't get the game on my TV.
Oh, I'm so very sorry to hear that you cannot get the game on my TV. And I'm very happy to assist
Can I
you.
please just speak directly to Tripp?
One moment, sir. I will find someone who can help you solve your problem, and then it will get fixed. You will surely...
Get him.
One moment, sir.
Did you know you could upgrade to our Platinum Blast package for just $4.99? Just figured since your product wasn't working, you'd be in the mood to pay us even more.
Oh, stop. Tripp!
What's going on, man?
Oh, there you are. Can you get the game on the TV, please?
Just having to restart my system real quick. That'll be just one moment. How are you doing today? I am going to need to re-verify your identity. I'll just need your grandfather's best friend's high school mascot's first car.
Tripp? Hello? Oh, God. Do not make me start over again.
Would you like help with billing questions, upgrading your service?
Why?
G'day mate, this is Nick. I'm happy to assist you. Can I just get the model number of your washer-dryer combo, please?
Washer-dryer combo?
Tyler, right?
I think maybe I got transferred to the wrong department.
Tyler. T-A-Y-L-O-R?
That's Taylor. Tyler.
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 Tyler?
Tyler.
Yep, good. Tyler.
Tyler. T-Y-L-E-R.
Okay, please hold, mate.
Okay, so Tyler, it looks like the reason you're not able to get the game is because we're having connection issues.
Connection issues.
Yeah, it's just something we say when we don't know what the problem actually is.
So what do I do?
Why don't you try turning it off, wait 10 seconds, and then start it back up again?
I already did that.
Well, just do it again.
No.
You have to, okay? It's the only thing I actually know how to help you do.
Okay, so after all of this, the solution is to turn it off and turn it back on again.
Is there anything else I can help you with while I'm here?
No. No, there's not. There's no secondary problem that I've been waiting to reveal until now.
Just give me one moment while I go talk to the engineers. And just to be clear, there's no engineers here. I'm just gonna put you on hold for a while. Yo, Tyler.
What are you doing?
Would you say our service was somewhat helpful? Moderately helpful? Very helpful? Really extremely helpful?
Listen, shout out to Tripp and Tyler. Amazing video. Listen, I don't know about you, but I can't stand being on hold because I got no patience and I hate waiting. You know the rest. Listen, you go online, you're holding the guys playing the saxophone. That was me real time. I can't take it. I want to hang up. They get on the phone. They act like you got all day, and it feels like nobody's there. And they tell you they're going to go talk to tech support or something, and it's like they just hang up the phone and go to another customer. You know the drill. It is what it is. That was our segment called Funny Business. I want to bring you back to a thought. I want to stay right here. What are you thinking? What's on your mind? In my Marvin Gaye voice, what's going on? What's happening in your mind? What are you thinking about? Did you know that your thoughts become feelings, that they become your focus? Your focus determines your feelings. You have to be careful what you focus on. Do you know that when you start to focus on the wrong thing, you will attract the wrong thing? When your energy is wrong, when it's off, when your thoughts go off, when they're not focused in the right area, guess what happens? You lose focus, you can be distracted, you can be detoured, you can be derailed, you can be derailed, you can be destroyed. You got to take your mind back. Don't allow things to take you off track. Stop listening to what people say about you. What people say about you does not matter. Well, it does, but not like you make it matter. It shouldn't matter to you on the inside. It matters to them, but it doesn't matter to you. What you think about you is what matters the most. And sometimes you got to think highly of yourself. You got to know who you really are. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you find out who you really are. I know you got an idea, but let's take that thing in the paint. Let's get to the point where we cancel the noise. We silence all of the outside interference, and we get to an internal conversation. Let's start with this. We're three parts, right? We're body, right? We're body. That's the physical part of us. Then there's soul, and that's the internal part of us. And then that's your mind, your will, your emotions. And then there's your spirit. Now your spirit's the part of you that's meant to talk, interact, communicate with God. Your body is the part of you that is designed to communicate and interact with the world. See, if I were just a spirit, we wouldn't have the pleasure of making each other's acquaintance, right? So because I have a body, we get to interact. Now, you also have a soul. So while your spirit is the part of you that connects with you and God and communicates with you and God and interacts with you and God, and your body is the part of you that communicates and interacts with the world, there's a part of you called your soul, your mind, your will, and your emotions. And that's the part of you that's designed to communicate with you. That's the part of you where you talk to yourself because there is no one to talk to, right? That's the part of you where you encourage yourself. You discourage yourself. You tell yourself positive or negative things. You take in these things from outside sources. You internalize them, you process them, and then you figure out what you're going to think about it, right? The challenge with life is that we must be careful what we do with our soul. We must be careful of the conversations we have with ourselves, because the conversation we have with ourselves determines the conversations and the interactions we have with other people. Our outcomes are determined by the conversations we have with ourselves, and the conversations we have with ourselves are called thoughts. Thoughts. What are thoughts? Thoughts are what your words are before they're given life. Remember, words are what your thoughts put on to go outside. So dress appropriately, accordingly. Your words should be your thoughts processed and appropriated to communicate meanings. Man, I'm talking. It's a good time. Listen to me. Your thoughts matter. Your thoughts matter. Your thoughts will take you places. Anything you've ever done started with a thought. Anything you've done started with a thought. And there's some things you do out of your subconscious mind that just happen. So I want you to think about this. What are you thinking? Are you allowing too much outside interference to impact your thinking? Are you thinking about progress? Are you thinking past? The challenge with the mind is that the mind has a problem making new memories. Let me qualify that. We spend more time thinking backwards because your mind operates out of the database of its experiences. Your experiences, a lot of the times, determine the majority of your thoughts. So what we've got to do is we've got to get out of the space of just talking about current events. Average minds talk about current events. Remember, I want you to remember this, that small minds talk about people, average minds talk about current events, but great minds talk about ideas. Ideas are the great things that become inventions. Ideas are the great things that create billionaires. Remember, the question on the table is, where is the internet? Why is the government paying Amazon hundreds of millions of dollars for cloud space? Do they know where it is? Maybe they know where it is, but they don't know how to locate it or what to do with it. Where is this internet? We don't know, but someone came up with this information highway. And the challenge I have is nobody's asking the question, where is it? We're all out there. We've got information. We've got iClouds. We've got emails. We've got drop boxes, and we've got all these accounts, and we don't even know where it is. So I want you to think about that. Where's the internet? If you get the answer to that question, please email me at answers@purposepreneur.tv. Now we're going to a segment called Entrepreneur of the Week. Now this young lady is phenomenal. I really have a high level of regard for any young person who puts themselves in a position to be an owner. I'm huge on ownership. You should own yourself. Your name should be incorporated. Your brand should be incorporated. You should have LLCs, and you should have a nonprofit, a 501c3. We'll talk about that later. But this young lady didn't waste any time. As a young girl, she started her company, and I'm not going to take it any further. I'm just going to introduce our Entrepreneur of the Week. Come on in, Zandra, talk to us.
What is it like for your now 19-year-old daughter to be your boss?
Zandra Beauty is a plant-based skincare company that I created when I was 9 years old, and our products are now sold and sourced across the nation.
Overall, I guess it's okay.
He hasn't quit yet. I almost quit today.
I'm Zandra Cunningham, and I'm the founder of Zandra Beauty, and I'm a mini mogul.
All right, so let's make the lip balm.
Shea butter, our cocoa butter, and then Zandra Beauty started when my dad refused to buy me lip balm, and that no kind of inspired me to figure out where lip balm came from, how was it made, and that's when I started researching. And my mom joined me, and we ordered the kit. My mom and I would spend our time trying to create lip balm at home in our kitchen, and we didn't really know what we were doing, but we just knew we were having fun while we were doing it. That was when I was just like, this is what I want to do. And then that's when we started to like figure out where all the raw materials came from, how we could make this on a mass scale, but also produce from scratch.
And this is what she was handing out at church, and someone gave her $1 for one.
And that's when I had my breakthrough moment where I was like, I can make money off of this too. And that's really just where it started. And now here we are today.
Easing into Zandra full-time was a lot easier experience for me than it was for him because I was involved from the beginning. So the transition for me wasn't really like a physical transition where I had to get involved. It was more like a mental, like, okay, I'm getting ready to leave my real job to go work for Xandra. You know, and that was the scary part.
For the last couple of years of Xandra, which has been in existence for almost 9, I wasn't really a part of it. All I was doing was simply write checks and that would be it. But now the checks have become much larger, so it's like instead of just being a dad, now I need to be like really involved in the business.
It's definitely really weird setup, and it was really disappointing sometimes to have fun at the office and you see my employees embrace me, and then when I got home, I would be grounded because I was a kid. Yeah, it was weird.
I am the grandmother to Xandra, and I've been with them since the very beginning.
Yeah, what's it like to work for your 19-year-old grand?
Well, as long as she stays humble and kind, it's a piece of cake.
The business is how we survive. To see it actually grow into to the point where it's taking care of itself and taking care of all my loved ones and the people around me, it's amazing. However, at the end of the day, here in the Xandra headquarters, what I say goes. Start over.
Overall, it's actually a very fun experience. It really is. I mean, clearly, Xandra's probably been one of the best bosses I've ever had. I mean, she's very talented.
I really hope that whatever Xandra wants, Xandra gets for her company.
She's been all involved in the business. Sleep is a rarity. One way or the other, I just want her to get back what she put in, times 50.
Xandra Beauty is worth over $1 million. So what's next for me is I'm gonna move into the hair care line, move into a clothing line, and I'm also looking to purchase a new house. Xandra Beauty can be huge. The way that every person thinks of their favorite company or their favorite skincare product and how it's instilled in your hearts and you guys been using it for generations and generations, Xandra is gonna be instilled and taking that place. Take the world by storm. That's really what Xandra's gonna be. And it's gonna grow and it's gonna be amazing. It already is, so each year it's gonna be bigger and better.
Hey, listen, Xandra Beauty, hands down, Entrepreneur of the Week. We respect it. We salute you. Xandra, you are the Entrepreneur of the Week. Imagine that young lady talking about she would go to work and she is the CEO. Everybody does what she says. She goes home and she's grounded because she's a kid. Okay, imagine that. She goes out, she's the CEO of the company. Everyone does what she tells them to do. And then she comes home and guess what? She gets grounded because she's still a kid. You see the dichotomy there? You see the paradox between her being a CEO and still being a kid? That's what the Purposepreneur is all about. It's working out these nuances, these paradoxes that life brings where you're a boss, you're a CEO, you're an entrepreneur, you're an owner, but at the same time, you're humble enough to be submitted to somebody, submitted to a process, and accountable. So here she is in the middle of this where she can get high up as a CEO. She's making money. She's feeding her whole entire family. Can you believe this? Everybody gave up what they're doing because now they've got to get on board with her idea. What's inside of you? Is there an internet inside of you? Is there a Xandra Beauty inside of you? You know what I mean. I don't mean her exact company, but I mean, what's in you? What is it that's inside of you that's not inside of anyone else? Only you can produce that. You got to get it out. And I'm here for the purpose of helping you get it out. And I'm going to scream it at you. Get it out. I need to see it come out. You have to get it out. This is the time. While we're in the midst of this pandemic, let's be absolutely clear. This is a new endeavor for me. The moment I decide to do this, I'm now committing myself to an entirely different process. There's a learning curve. You can watch my episodes. You can see the growth. You can see the freedom coming. I wasn't exactly comfortable when I first started. I'm kind of stiff. I'm a little bit stoic. And then you start to realize, man, I've got to be me, right? I got to be my authentic self. It takes time. Ready is a lie. You'll never be ready. All of us are growing. We're all a work in progress. We're growing in whatever we're doing, but you got to get started. Never quit. Whatever you do, be committed. That's the thought. Be committed. What's commitment? Going into a room with no exits. Once we start, we don't stop until we win. It's not over till you win. You got greatness in you. All right, so we're going to go into a next segment called Teach 'em Up. So this is what I do. I'm a teacher, so I'm going to teach 'em up. Let's go to the board. and let us learn about these thoughts we're talking about here. So this framework is called TBT. No, it's not Throwback Thursday. This is called Thoughts Become Things. Everything in life starts with a thought. You've got to protect your mind. You've got to protect your thoughts. Your thought life determines your destiny. It's the outcome of your relationships. It's the outcome of your financial future. This is all about your life. It starts with thoughts. So the one thing we want to have under control, we have to have a strong grasp on what we're thinking. So let's get into this framework called Thoughts Become Things, all right? It all starts off with a thought. A thought. This is something you get in your mind, in your brain. It could be in your heart. This is an idea. There are positive thoughts, negative thoughts. If you're hanging out in negative space, I'm going to challenge you today to take your thought life into the positive places. You want to think about things that build you up. You want to think about things that are going to build other people up. These are the thoughts we should have. We should have thoughts, they're glorious things. They're things that predict and create your future. So you've got to get around people who have great thought lives. You know who I love? I had a guy on the phone. He's a mentor. You know what I said to him last night? I said, you know what I love about you? You help me think amazing thoughts. And you need people in your life that help you think amazing thoughts. What kind of podcasts are you watching? Well, you're on the right one. What kind of books are you reading? What are you listening to? Are you listening to the radio for music or information? Have you turned your car into a classroom yet? What are you thinking? What's on your mind? You get to determine what thoughts you want to receive and what thoughts you want to reject. There are some thoughts we need to reject and some thoughts we need to allow to be injected. All right, so here we go. Thoughts become thirst. Thirst. So it starts with a thought, and then you get a thirst or a desire. There's this thing you want to do it. You want to do it. It starts off with I think I want pizza. Now, guess what? I have a hunger or a thirst for pizza. I think I'm thirsty, and now I am really thirsty. Thoughts lead to thirst. Okay, so now you have a desire for it. You have a desire to do something or a desire to not do something. Today, I'm going to stay on the positive side. But remember, your thought will lead to a desire. Sometimes you allow people to inject thoughts in your life that will make you not want to do something. We call these barriers to entry. Whenever you go to do something, I'll never forget when I had a thought to do a car dealership. The moment we had the thought to do a car dealership, I went down to the DMV, and the first thing they did was give me a stack of papers this tall from the ground and say, fill these out. What did my mind think? That kind of quenched my thirst. I'm not going to lie. I said, man, this is a barrier to entry. I was advanced enough to know that this is where most people stop. This challenges their thinking. It challenges their thirst. But when you're really thirsty enough, what happens is you go ahead and you get a taste. Once I filled the paperwork out and we got through all of that and we got into business and we started we did one deal, now I got a taste of it. Once you get that taste, I don't care what it is, whatever it is, that taste is the thing that lets you know it's possible. If you're an entrepreneur, for you, that might be your first deal. If you're in a relationship, that might be your first date. Whatever it is, this taste is the thing that lets you know it's possible for you. The thing that lets you know this isn't beyond me. I've got this. I can do this. This thing is right in my hands, and I've got it. I've got a taste. Now, once you get a taste, there's a translation. See, you and I could taste the same thing, and we'll both translate it differently. I might say, it tastes good to me. You might say, it doesn't taste so good to you. The translation is on the beholder. It's on the taster. So once I taste of something, I get to decide or translate whether this is for me or whether it's not for me. As an entrepreneur, as a purposepreneur, the moment we engage in something, we have to ask ourselves, is this for me? Is this a part of who I'm designed to be? Is this a part of my destiny? Let me take it a little bit further. When relationships come into your life, you have to ask yourself the question, is this relationship a part of my dream or my nightmare? Is this person sent to be a part of my destiny or a part of my downfall? I'm telling you, some of the best relationships you've ever tasted of are part of your downfall. And you got to be really careful, because once you get a taste, you've got to do a translation. Now, if this were a business course, I would say you've got to file it properly, right? That means you've got to get information. And sometimes the challenge with tasting things is that the things that taste the worst to you are the best for you. I'm going to rewind that. Now, that's true in medicine. We know that most medicine, you got to hold your nose and throw it down, right? That's the way life is. There are some things in your life that happen. You taste it. It tastes like destruction, but it's really for your development. Come on, talk to me now. I'm trying to help you get to this point where you get the taste and you can translate it properly. There were times where people called you dead. They eulogized you. They thought it was over for you. They didn't realize that the thing you were going through at the time was going to be the biggest developmental tool in your life once it's translated. See, this is after the smoke clears. This is when the real translation comes forward, that you can now say, I get it. This is the aha moment. This is the moment after I thought, hey, I've got a thought on my mind, right? And it's got something to do with entrepreneurship, something to do with purpose, and helping people, right? So then I'm thinking, and I said, you know what? Aha, I got a thirst for it. Let me do some research. What's not out there? I'm trying to get my niche. Who am I? I get it. The Purposepreneur. Bam! Aha! Aha! Now I was already a pastor. I'm already pastoring over 2,000 people. I'm already doing business. I'm already a father. I'm already a husband for 20 years. So for me, this is a new endeavor, but guess what? It's a part of my purpose. And now I get that. I get a taste. Let's do a show. It's a thought. A show. The Purposepreneur Show. Now I've got a taste. Now, what does this translate to? Does this translate into prime time? Hello. See? Does this translate into a New York Times bestseller? What does this translate into? Does this translate into viral videos? What's the translation? Does this translate into a new assignment in purpose? Does this translate into millions of people in a Purposepreneur nation? This is my thought. This is my idea. I've got to buy it first. So I'm my first customer. I get a taste, and then I get the translation. Lastly, here it is, the things. The things. These are the effects. These are the outcomes. Everybody wants the things that come with purpose and great thoughts, but few people want the discipline of sound thinking. As a man thinks, so is he. It was Earl Nightingale who says, we become what we think about. Yes, you do. If you think you've got a headache, you will give yourself a headache. If you think you're going to lose, you will think yourself into losing. As the mind is conditioned, so goes the life. I can give a person $10 million. If that person's mind is not set right and they don't believe that they're supposed to have it, everything in their mind will fight against their existence to take them to the bottom. But on the contrary, you can give a person $1. And if they believe they're not supposed to be on the bottom, they'll take that $1, they'll process it through their thoughts and their thirst and their taste. Their translation will become millions of dollars because their thought life dictates their destiny. So wherever you think you are or not, you're right. Whatever you think you can or cannot do, guess what? You're right. It's on you. What are you thinking? These things here, this show is a thing. I want to help people. People helping people is a thing. It's such an ambiguous term, but I want you to know that I'm all about the people. I'm here for the people. So these things, a house is a thing. A car is a thing, right? Money is a thing. Back in the day, we had a thing. We say money ain't a thing. It's a thing. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri. That was him back in the 90s. But the truth be told, here we are. And that was, I believe it was Jay-Z and Jermaine Dupri. So here we are. Things. So thoughts become thirst, become taste. Translation is things. Life is all about you and other people. Creating wonderful things that can help other people. What's your thing? What's your thought? And what's your thing? So there it is. That's the framework for TBT, thoughts become things. So now that we know where all of our environment comes from, we know where our culture comes from, we know where our results come from. They come right out of your mind. You've created the relationships that you have. Any tension, any peace, any calm, any success. Guess where it came from? It came from your thoughts. What are you thinking right now? Are you thinking, I need to be thinking better thoughts? Put yourself in a place where you've got peace. That's a good thought. Think about whatever brings you joy, whatever uplifts you, whatever motivates you and drives you. These are the things you need to think about. You need to think about things that are lovely, things that are pure, things that are of a good report. Not that we don't cast out all bad news, but we know that we've got to overwhelm the bad with the good. They did a study at MIT, and they determined that once a person is told, no, you can't, one time, it takes 17 yes, you cans to eliminate that one, no, you can't. I want to tell you, yes, you can, 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 yes, you can. You can do whatever you believe you can do. All things are possible for you. Why? Because you believe. You believe in you. I believe in you. We believe in you. Let's go. I've got a word for you. Here it is. Here's the thought. Stop thinking about what happens if you lose. What happens if you fail? I want to know what happens if you win. You know why they called the winner a winner? Because he kept on winning. You are a winner. I want you to say that to yourself. I am a winner. I can't be stopped. Nothing can stop me. I'm totally committed to my own success. I'm committed because too many people are counting on me. Don't worry about who wants to see your downfall. Worry about who's impacted by your win. There are a lot of people waiting on you to win. You owe a lot of people. That's an Ice-T line back in 1990. Nino Brown. New Jack City. You owe a lot of people. You owe a lot of people. Do you know that people's destinies are hanging in the balance, waiting for you to make a decision? There are so many people waiting for you to get up. I know you've fallen. Everybody falls. Everybody goes down. But it takes a true champion to get up. I'll never forget when they asked the greatest, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, Muhammad Ali, formerly Cassius Clay. They asked him after he got knocked down a number of times by Joe Frazier. They asked him, champ, we saw you on the ground and we just knew you wouldn't get up. What made you get up that last time? We knew it was over for you. He said, well, while I was on my back, I looked up and I said, this is no place for a champion to be. So I had to get up. I came here today and stopped by the Purposepreneur Show to tell you, get up, get out there and get it done. The first step is the best step. Go for it. Don't wait till you're ready. You'll never be ready. You just go for it. And when you go for it all. Don't take no for an answer. Stop stopping yourself. Get up and go. I came to tell you the only thing that matters is what are you going to do when you get up? Because now is the time for you to get up, get out, and get something. I'm on some real stuff. That's Goody Mob. I'm on some real hip-hop stuff today. Listen to me. I'm talking to you. Yes, you. Your thoughts become things, and you become what you think about. Take control of your thought life. Take control of your destiny. Now is the time. Now, this is K. Francis Smith signing off. May you find fulfillment in all that you do, and I am hoping, and I am believing, and I am trusting that you're going to live your life on purpose. So I'll see you next time on the Purposepreneur Show. You take care. Peace.